Hi. And before we bow, I'd like to send good wishes out to anybody who's been affected by the weather this past week. I know so many people were affected in a really difficult way by Hurricane Sandy, by the storms in New Jersey and New York, and really that whole part of the country. I'm not sure if any of you are living there, but I'm guessing that most of us know people who were affected by the storm. Really, just such an unbelievable force of nature. It's a bit humbling and I think reminds us of our relationship to the natural world and some inherent vulnerability. At least that's one of the places that it took me. So I'd like to, as I bow, send my compassion out to anybody who was affected by large forces this past week. I'm going to bow. And I hope you're well right now. This is Unit 11, and it's a huge unit. It's got so many different places that it could go. So I want to give just a little sort of orientation to the unit. This is a unit on transpersonal experiences and states, and truly this could be a whole course or a whole course of study, and each of the particular kinds of transpersonal experiences that people have talked about, theory and research, any of those experiences could be built into a whole career. People have done that. So here we're trying to take a very broad overview. One of my intentions with the readings was to give you a bit of a sampler of research and theory and writing on transpersonal experiences. So it's not meant to be comprehensive at all. And I also wanted I did want to give you some sense of the range. We haven't talked much about shamanism this semester, although I think for many that's a doorway into the transpersonal and a really profound aspect of transpersonal psychology. So you'll see an article or two on shamanism and peak experiences, plateau experiences. As I said in the introduction to this unit, I also want to bring in a particular focus on nature-based transpersonal experiences. And again, it's a huge body of research and is growing a lot. Recently, in the last, just year or two, there's been research coming out on the psychological experience of awe. And interestingly, but not surprisingly to us, I think, some of the main experiences that trigger awe and some of the ways that researchers have found to trigger awe in their research go right back to nature experiences. So nature experiences as being the first or second most common trigger, not just for peak experiences, not just for optimal mental health, but also for experiences of awe. And that research is really brand new. It's just come out in the last year or two. So personally, I'm excited about the research that's coming out, not just on transpersonal experiences, but particularly on nature-based transpersonal experiences. You'll see a PowerPoint slideshow if that's one of the sort of materials that you choose to access this week. You'll see a PowerPoint slideshow that I put together for a recent wilderness therapy symposium. I wanted to review the research on psychological benefits of nature experiences. And while it's not all related to transpersonal psychology, you'll see that a major section of it toward the end is. So this is really one level of the material this week. Various kinds of transpersonal experiences, their antecedents, triggers. Not so much, but we could also extend that research into some of the consequences of transpersonal experiences. A little bit, it's there in the readings. So the first level is about the experiences themselves. Some of the definitions, some of the attempts to map the territory of transpersonal experience. Now, there's a second level of this material which I also want to call to your attention. You'll see this more in the lecture material this week. And that is some exploration, some thoughts about studying transpersonal experiences and about the tendency for the mind, and especially for the ego self, to grab on to transpersonal experiences and use them for its own purpose. In other words, transpersonal experiences can be squeezed back into a context of ego. That is, a sense of separate identity, partitioned from the rest of reality, trying to justify its existence or cope with its deficiencies. So, we might call this spiritual materialism. That was Trungpa Rinpoche's term for it. Recently, narcissistic recruitment has been used to describe this. That is, the ways that the ego self recruits transpersonal experiences of many kinds for its own narcissistic purposes. That is, to build itself up, to create more of an armor and a defense against its own deficient emptiness. So, this is the second level of the material this week, and I hope you'll entertain it as much as you do the first. First level being different transpersonal experiences, the second level being the meaning of those transpersonal experiences and how we approach those transpersonal experiences. So, it's a lot for this week, and I'm really looking forward to your thoughts and your discussions. One encouragement I'd like to offer, since there are a lot of readings and no particular required readings for this week, I wonder if you would want to give just a quick review, a 1 or 2 sentence review in your discussions, in your posts. Just let us know which articles you read and whether you found them useful or helpful or confusing or off the mark. So, let us know what you read and how it landed for you. So, nice to be here with you. Hope your week goes well, and I look forward to seeing you online. Bye for now.